Today I'm going to show you 10 hidden gems on Amazon Prime Video that are actually truly amazing. These films are probably ones you've never heard of before, but each one has a story worth watching, incredible performances, and compelling narratives. Often overlooked, these films actually deserve much more attention and praise. Believe me, after watching this video, you'll find yourself thinking, why haven't I seen this before? If you're looking for something quality, deep, and a completely different experience, you're in the right place. Now, let's take a look at this list full of hidden masterpieces that you'll be eager to discover. Number 10 on our list is The Double. In this movie, Jesse Eisenberg plays a man who has lost his identity. You know the question, how does one person's life change if they step into another person's shoes? This movie deals with that very question. As for the plot of the movie, Eisenberg's character finds a twin brother who is opposite in every sense. A complete contrast both in appearance and personality. You know how sometimes you wish someone would come into your life and change everything? This movie has an interesting perspective on that idea. Visually, it's a little bit dark, but it definitely draws you in. So it's not a movie where you say, did you make me watch it without beating me up? But if you like psychological thrillers and confusing productions, you should definitely not miss this movie. In 9th place is The Spectacular Now. If you're looking for a movie to watch on the weekend or on a relaxing day when you come home from work, this is it. It's the story of an alcohol-loving and slightly lost character who manages to get into the life of a young man. Miles Teller, who plays Sutter, does justice to his role. He asks us not only about the high school years, but rather, where is life really going? The disorder in relationships, the confusion of falling in love. Even though these are told in the simplest form, the movie somehow touches you deeply. It is a simple but effective work. If you want to watch something sincere and real like this, give this movie a chance. Number 8 on our list is The Lost City of Z. In this movie, we watch names like Tom Holland and Charlie Hunnam. An explorer goes deep into the Amazon in search of a lost city. He really goes on a historical expedition, but it's not just an adventure movie, it's also a journey of self-discovery. The shots are so impressive that you can almost feel every shade of green. If you are attracted to great discoveries and historical dramas, this movie is a must-see. It is interesting both visually and historically. Of course, when you get lost in the depths of the Amazon, you will wonder what is going on there. In 7th place is The Invitation. This movie skillfully blends thriller and psychological drama. A man is invited to reunite with old friends, but unfortunately, things never go as expected. There is a heavy tension in the movie, but if you watch it patiently, the meaning of every moment in the movie grows. You make an inward exploration. Sometimes it can make you think, what the hell is going on? And The Invitation is just that kind of production. If you really want to get lost in a movie where you don't know where it's going, check this movie out. It's a thriller, and it's actually a bit unusual as a storytelling style. It's not a fun movie, it's quite intense, but it's definitely worth watching. Coherence is number 6 on my list, and I think when you watch this movie, you will say, what the hell was that? It's really confusing, but it's so impressive that you never get bored for a moment. The movie is about a group of friends having dinner one night, but just then, a cosmic event affects the world, and everything starts to change in a strange way. It's a movie that challenges your mind. You'll keep thinking, well, what's going on now? But it's so realistic that it's hard not to feel like something like this could really happen. It's a really good movie that you will want to watch more than once. In 5th place, 2007's The Man from Earth. This is a bit of a philosophical area. In his farewell speech to a group of people, the main character of the movie claims that he has actually lived for thousands of years and witnessed many important events throughout history. Even though nobody believes him, the movie will really make you question because there are people today who claim to have lived like this. There is no action in this movie, no big explosions, but there is a production that forces you to think and makes you question human existence. Even though the movie moves slowly, it makes a big impact towards the end. The Way Back is number 4 on our list. This movie tells the story of a group of people fleeing the Soviet Union after World War II and their struggle to survive, crossing the Sahara Desert and overcoming the Himalayan mountains. These are just a few examples of the challenges. A true story of survival. It also makes you think about human perseverance and endurance. The pace of the movie is not very high, but that is precisely why it deeply affects your soul. You've already seen a lot of survival movies, but the drama, the atmosphere, here, and the human story in The Way Back are completely different. If you want to ask the question, how much can a person endure? This movie is the perfect answer. Blue Ruin demonstrates how action and suspense can be deeply impactful without resorting to excessive showmanship. Written and directed by Jeremy Saulnier, this film tells a revenge story in the simplest yet most effective ways without relying on a massive budget. The protagonist, Dwight, is a lonely alcoholic man. One day, he learns that a man who was an old enemy of his family has been released from prison. From that moment, the film draws you in as Dwight embarks on his quest for vengeance, enduring immense pain along the way. What sets this film apart is that the action scenes are far from the typical explosive Hollywood style. Dwight's journey of revenge is, in essence, the story of a deeply uncertain and fragile man. He makes so many mistakes at every step that you can genuinely feel the weight of his character. But Dwight's battle isn't just with his enemies, it's also with the darkness within himself. This isn't a film about action, it's a somber, dramatic thriller set in a bleak atmosphere. The story navigates between the primal urge to kill and the human struggle with conscience and regret. The film's realism confronts you with your own fears, pulling you into a world so dark that you feel death lurking at every corner. In short, Blue Ruin is an incredibly grim but profoundly intense experience. Triangle is a film that will completely mess with your mind, leaving you asking, what did I just watch? Directed by Christopher Smith, this film blends time travel, psychological thriller, and mystery so effectively that you'll find yourself on the edge of your seat, unable to stop wondering what will happen next. In the film, Jess, a woman, sets off on a pleasant journey with some friends aboard a boat. However, things take an unexpected turn when they find themselves stranded on an abandoned ship. Just as the story seems to unfold like a typical horror film, it quickly shifts into an entirely different dimension. The strange occurrences and recurring events Jess and her friends encounter as they struggle to escape this deadlock cause time to break its linear flow. It feels as though everything is trapped in a loop. There are so many moments where you'll be thinking, what is happening now? That by the end, you'll have no clear idea of what exactly just took place. The film explores themes like the time loop and perception of reality, and it really makes you think. If you're a fan of mind-bending stories, Triangle will definitely speak to you. But be warned, the film takes you to a point where you might suddenly realize you've become a piece of the puzzle. The key isn't that everything makes sense along the way, but that there's a resolution at the end that will make you go, now everything clicks. Moon is a brilliant blend of science fiction and psychological drama, written and directed by Duncan Jones. This film explores themes of humanity, loneliness, and the search for existential meaning. It tells the story of Sam Bell, an astronaut working on a lunar station for a mission that's supposed to last only a few weeks. As he nears the end of his mission, strange occurrences begin to unfold on the station, and Sam unexpectedly encounters another version of himself. From this point on, the film captivates the audience with both its sci-fi and psychological thriller elements. What sets Moon apart is that it offers much more than a typical science fiction film. With Sam Rockwell in the lead role, the movie delves deeply into the struggle of one man fighting loneliness and trying to understand the human condition. Watching it, you can't help but start questioning your own life. While it asks profound questions about loneliness and identity, the technological and sci-fi elements serve only as the backdrop, never overshadowing the deeper themes. The minimalist visual approach is also striking. The station on the moon, with its repetitive rooms and lighting, intensifies Sam's isolation, making his loneliness almost palpable. Moon challenges your mind, provokes deep thought, and draws you into a profoundly honest cinematic experience. While many science fiction films are focused on big action scenes and explosions, Moon offers a quieter but equally powerful story. It's a film that stays with you long after you've watched it, one that will leave you pondering its meaning, but ultimately grateful for the experience. After watching the films mentioned in this video, some of them might even make their way onto your favorites list. Let me know in the comments which one impacted you the most. I'm looking forward to replying. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video, and happy watching!